Hello friends. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dee, also known as the Super Nurse. But today I am making this video to share with you something that has like totally blown my mind. The thing that I'm going to discuss with you today is just like so exciting to me. I don't even know the right word to explain it to you how impressed I am by this product. But I want you to know that I am not professionally trained as a makeup artist. I am just a makeup enthusiast, someone who loves makeup products, makeup techniques, and just enjoys working with makeup. So if you happen to observe me doing something that there's possibly a better technique to approach what I'm doing, by all means, feel free, reach out, drop me a comment, let me know. But please be gentle. I mean, because I think it was Erica Badu that said, I'm sensitive about my so yeah, gentle. But yeah, I'm going to be talking to you today and demonstrating the Anisa Beauty Makeup Brushes. Again, that is Anisa Beauty Makeup Brushes. I'm going to be demonstrating a few of the brushes to you. I don't think I have all of them, but one of them is this beautiful foundation brush I'm holding. You can see the beautiful Anisa logo. It's very, very solid and a little heavy to hold. The bristles in this brush, the first thing I noticed is that they are triangular, which is really interesting because if you are familiar with foundation brushes, a lot of them are more on the flat side. Like this is a Real Techniques foundation blending brush. So yeah, this triangular shape is very interesting. The bristles are extremely soft. The brush is very dense, meaning there's a lot of bristles in there, making sure that the product gets spread evenly around. And then this triangular shape helps to get into all the nooks and crannies of our face, like beside your nose, maybe under your nose, you know, just all those little spots that make your makeup application annoying sometimes. So yeah, that's the foundation brush. I also have the Crescent Contour brush. You can see it has this really ingenuitive contouring brush shaped like a crescent. You have the same beautiful purple finish. I fell in love with these brushes right away. That purple, it really got me. I like purple, and purple is my daughter's favorite color. So when I saw this and it was like this royal purple, I was like, definitely got my attention. But yeah, so again with the contour brush, it's still very soft, really easy to manipulate, very dense. You can see there's like a ton of bristles in there for this contour brush. And the really cool thing about it again is that shape. It's very intuitive because when you're applying your contour, it kind of hugs your cheekbone and helps to get that placement just right and really assists with blending the product evenly with very minimal effort. I also have, making a mess, the bronze buffing brush. Again, same signature dense brush, very soft bristles, really easy to manipulate, feels great on the skin. The thing that I was most excited about with this bronze brush was how easy it is to buff out your contour or your bronzer. When I put on my contour and I use this brush, I have to be very careful because in 3 or 4 motions my contour is almost gone. I mean, my bronzer, and it just blends it that well. So I mean, I am used to having to really kind of like work towards having my contour blend in really good, but this, it makes it so much easier. And I'm not sure what if you guys know or have heard about Anisa, but Anisa Beauty is a woman-owned, small, independent brand, and each one of those things is something very near and dear to my heart. I always want to support women and women-owned businesses. I also really am a champion for the independent, smaller brands, just because to me it seems like everything is more intimate and intentional with them. Another brush that I'm going to discuss is the Anisa Pinnacle Skin Brush, and this is used to apply skincare products. I use it to put my priming balm on before I do my makeup, so I'll demonstrate that to you guys. But here you have seen really dense bristles. You have the very soft to the touch bristles, and then somewhat of a triangular shape. It's a little bit of a looser triangle than the foundation brush, but I find that it really is very helpful for applying skincare products. I'm also going to be showing you the angled concealer brush. I was really surprised by this one, even when I was watching videos of other creators sharing their experience, and I looked and I saw how big this is. Like, this is my fingertip. You can see the brush is like easily wider than my fingertip, and I thought, what, for a concealer brush? That's interesting. And I wasn't really sure that a brush this wide, this dense, and all these things would be effective at applying and kind of blending your concealer, but it works really great, and I'm gonna show that to you guys. And if you don't understand why I was totally blown away, this is your typical concealer brush. You can kind of see it's much smaller than my finger, and has, I mean, it's soft. It's not extremely dense, but it's definitely not this big. So yeah, but this brush does a great job of getting in there and helping you to blend that concealer until it's perfect. I mean, yeah, so I can't wait to share that with you guys. I don't know if you can see, but I have like tons of brushes, like tons. So for me to be impressed by a makeup brush, it really had to be something serious, because I have all the major brushes. I have your Sigma brushes, your Morphe brushes, your matte brushes, all of the big influencer collabs and all those kind of things. And don't get me wrong, they do great, but Anisa just really leveled up the brush game. I feel like they're beautiful, they're functional, and they do they make the makeup application much easier. Like this, I've never seen one of these brushes before, but this is the Anisa Eye Primer brush. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I've just been hiding from the world, but I am from a world where you take your finger and you apply your primer. Maybe you use a little concealer brush and apply your primer, but no. Anisa said, we're gonna make this fancy. So you have the signature royal purple, the beautiful logo, and then you have this really weird kind of cup almost that fits perfectly over your eyelids to smoothly and evenly apply primer. I thought, I never knew I needed that, but now that I have it, I don't want to be without it. So that's the primer brush that's trying to escape. And I also wanted to share with you guys this tapered highlight brush from Anisa Beauty. And just so you guys know, if you don't know Anisa Beauty, it is spelled A-N-I-S-A, Anisa Beauty. And then there's the logo, the beautiful purple brush, still dense bristles. This one is soft, but it is very easy to manipulate, and I find that it does a great job of adding blush just where you want it without totally saturating your face. And it also does a great job of applying highlighter, like a loose highlighter, without you know, without making it look like too much. So again, very fun, really nice. You can see how easy it is to manipulate these bristles. So yeah, I love that one. And I think I have 2 more brushes before I jump into the demonstration. So this, in the words of my daughter, it's the Big Daddy brush. But it's really, you know, a powder brush. Extremely, extremely soft. Like, I just love rubbing my hands on it. The bristles are dense. You see, you got a lot of bristles. And they're very easy, very flexible, really easy to manipulate. And of course, it's beautiful. That royal purple with the Anisa logo, and it applies the perfect amount of powder. Like, I love it. And it even does a good job of not like dispersing powder everywhere, just like in the places where you direct it to apply the powder. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is the Crescent Eye Brush. You can see kind of like that crescent contour. You have this crescent shaped brush, still dense, still easily manipulated, still very soft to the touch. And this I find is really great for applying eyeshadow. And for me, that crescent shape does a great job of hugging the crease and really applying shadow to that area. And as you can see, I have some pretty pronounced hooded eyes. And so with my hooded eyes, my crease is not that obvious. So I really have to have a brush that is going to do a great job of directing color right to where I want that crease to be. And this contour brush just does a great job of that. And the last one I think that I have to share with you guys is just all over fan brush. So this is an all over fan brush, has like a kind of a seashell shape to it. Kind of puts you in the mind of a tiny powder brush, but this brush is still has all the same characteristics of the other ones. It is very dense. It's very dense. Has you know, tons and tons of bristles. It is very soft, easily manipulated. But this does a great job for applying color like in large spots or all over the eyelid. So it has been my experience and the way I choose to utilize it is I use the crescent eye brush to apply color to my crease first, and then I use the all over eye brush to do the secondary color or any shading that I'm gonna do. But again, I don't have a lot of eye space to work with, so this eye brush does take a large amount of space. Like you can see, it's covering almost my entire, you know, like half of my lid maybe. And when you're talking about blending and dispersing shadows, I just think you have to be aware of how much lid space do you have to work with. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's get this show on the road. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the Anisa skincare brush, and I'm going to be applying this Danessa Myricks. It is called Yummy Skin. It's a blurring balm powder, and I really like this because my biggest complaint is that my skin is oily. And so this balm is supposed to blur your pores and just give you a more even finish. And so far, it's been good for me. So I just take my skin brush and give it a nice little swirl around. Make sure the product is on there. And then I will buff this in on my skin. And I mean, literally, I'm going like in a circular motion and just making sure to get this all over my face. And I especially want to make sure I get this good in my T-zone, because that's one of the first areas that becomes oily on me. So get this all buffed in, and just looking to make sure this is applied evenly, and I don't have any product hiding in my brush. And it looks like I got it. I think that is pretty good. Okay, so the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to be applying my foundation using the Pinnacle foundation brush. And the products that I am loving for my foundation right now, I'm actually in Texas, and Texas has been so hot. I mean, like, it's almost December and it was in the 80s yesterday. So needless to say, my summer skin tan is still hanging out. So I'm having to be a little creative to get my best foundation color. So I am using the Ordinary Serum Foundation in the color 3.2 in Deep. I love this. It's a very thin formula. It's my exact summer shade, but since I don't even know what season it is right now, I'm having to mix that with my MAC foundation. This is MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the color NW43. So I'm just using this, and you can tell by looking at it that it's a lot lighter than that Ordinary foundation. So I just do like an even 2 pumps, if my MAC will allow me to pump. Okay, so got that, and now I'm going to use a little sponge just mixing those right there so that we can get a nice little even foundation color. So until this weather decides, are we gonna have a winter? I mean, it just kind of makes makeup a little tricky, but never worry, we got it all figured out. Now I'm gonna put just a little bit of this on my face. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm gonna put a couple of little dots of this all over. Little bit on my forehead. Nose. Okay, I think I got all of it. Now I'm going to bring my favorite brush of all of them to the table. Here is that triangle shape pinnacle foundation brush. So we're going to reach into our little foundation mixture that we made. Make sure it's on the brush, and we're going to buff this in. Already you can kind of see it's a really even application. And just really buffing it in, round and around, round and around. Making sure to get under my chin. Now I'm going to put a little bit more foundation on here and just kind of go beside my nose and get a little bit on my forehead, and then the rest of this I'm just going to buff into the perimeter of my face. Yeah, this brush is like so soft. You can see the way the bristles just, you know, really give to the curves of my face. Getting that, you know, right beside my nose and under my nose with the brush is very helpful. And then going under my eyes, you know, and leaving space for our concealer is really important. And then I have been put a little bit on my eyelids so they're not crazy colored in comparison to my face. And I'm looking in my other mirror, just kind of trying to make sure that we got all of it. Just making sure we're all blended in. I think I'm okay with this. What do you think? I like it. I think it like really gives a very even coverage, and yeah, I really like it. Okay, next we are going to put on some concealer. The concealer that I'm going to be using today is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Concealer, and this is in the color NW30. So I'm going to show you my technique for applying concealer. If you do yours differently, or you know, want to share a different technique, I do want to encourage you, please let me know. Like, we only know what we know, right? So I do about 5 dots under each eye. 1, 2, 3, just being so small that, I feel the need to take extra steps to just bring light to that area because my eyes are small. So that's pretty much my goal when I'm using the concealer. Not all about just, the best coverage, but, making sure that I am lighting and almost highlighting that area around my eyes to draw attention there. I do want to go ahead and remind you about this concealer brush. It's the bigger concealer brush that I was so enamored with. And what I do when I'm blending out my concealer is I just get right in there and I just tap it. Tap, 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 tap. You can see it's blending so well. I'm like, oh my God. This is like game changing to me. Do you see that? Like, it is amazing. It's almost like, where have you been all my life? Oh my God. Kind of see it's got like a very even blend. Just use that to come down my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to blend out my other eye. Same thing. Tap, 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 tap. And just with that little, if I don't make myself blind, that little tapping motion blends my concealer, going up for a little bit of lift on my eye. And you can see very, very, very basic application method. Just tap, tap, tap. When I saw this with someone else doing that, I thought, yeah, there's no way that is that easily blended. Like, there's just no way. But I am happy to say that when I got my very own brushes and had a chance to experience the Anisa Beauty brushes, I was literally blown away. I hope you guys can get a good idea about how this blends really easily. Now we have my forehead blending, nose and chin. So still the same thing. Tap, 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 tap. And there you have it. Again, we're going to tap, tap, tap on our nose. I have to be very, very careful because you can easily blend it away, which is not ideal. And last but not least, we're going to do our chin. guess when I double back to increase the product, I really increase the product. Now, I'm not doing a full face look. I just wanted to demonstrate to you how these products work. So, yeah. Now I'm going to go with my eye primer brush, and I'm using the Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep, and you get like, it looks like this, a couple of containers with different shades, and so I'm going to use this like browner shade. I just take my brush and wiggle it around in there, and it's very cream, not loose at all. And then I'll apply that all over my eyelid. Now that pretty much has primed my entire eyelid. And if you want to look, you can see this eye is matte and a little lighter. This one's still a little oily. And I also use the tip of the primer brush to put a little primer under my eye, just to make any shadow on my lower lash line kind of pop for me. And then I'm going to repeat that and prime my other eye, just going over the whole eye, getting into the corners, making sure to really get that whole eyelid area. And again, I'm going to put a little on the tip so that I can prime my under my lower lash line. Okay, so now we've done that, and the next thing I think I want to show you is this buffing bronzer brush. So I like to add a little contour along my hairline, and I do a little bit cheekbone, and then just a little contour, get rid of some of my chins. Yeah. And so now we're going to use the buffing bronzer brush to just kind of, you know, work that bronzer in. You see, there's just a couple of swipes, and already the bronzer is very much blended. So, having to be very careful and very deliberate about how we're moving that bronzer. So, this is my hairline bronzer. It's in there. And then I like to turn the brush sideways and kind of pat to get that jaw contour. You can see it's blending like so easily. So easily. And then over here, same thing. I mean, and I know everyone likes just a small differentiation with how they work on that chin contour. See, it very much blends very easily. Looks very natural. And just finishing up my my jaw contour, coming to my chin, making some of those chins a little less visible. I'd like to finish that up. Okay, so now I'm gonna lean closer so you guys can see, the contour blended really well, very seamlessly. I think it does really, really well. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all that contour that I was using is the Sephora contour stick in the shade Tan Deep. I know I didn't set my concealer. I just really wanted to show you guys as much of the brushes as I could before, this video gets to be an exorbitant, length of time. So, the powder brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set all over my face. Normally I would use a different shade of setting powder for my highlight, but this time I'm just gonna go all over. This is the Sephora Mahogany Tan Micro Smooth Powder. I love this powder, y'all. Just use this brush to kind of go all over. Does a really great job. You can see it's already mattifying some of the places that were starting to have a little bit of shine to them, which I am really happy about. Yeah, let's tone down that shine. I don't want to be lighting the room with my forehead or looking like somebody slapped me with a fried chicken wing or something. So yeah, so the powder brush, really good at applying just enough powder. You can see I don't have the powder on me, it's just on my face where I need it. And yeah, so now that was the Anisa powder brush. Awesome. And the last thing I think I'm going to show you in this video is the Anisa tapered highlight brush. This brush is for highlighter or blush. I use it for both. The blush I'm going to be showing you today is the NYX Buttermelt Blush, and this one is in Butter with Thyme. I don't know, but these are some pretty pigmented blushes. So I put a little blush on my brush, and then I go on top of my cheekbones. And you can see it does just the lightest disbursement of blush. I love blush. If you let me, y'all, I would be blushing from here till the cows come home, whenever that might be. But I always like to put a little blush on my nose. I don't know. So that's that. And then I'm going to just take a quick paper towel and get some of this blush off the brush. kilowatt foil painting for your thoughts, and it's like this copper kind of you know, highlight. So swirl my brush again, go in with a little bit of that. And you can see it just applies so easily. That is my biggest thing about these Anisa brushes. Like, I'm not doing my whole face. I'm gonna go ahead and put some lipstick on. I mean, because, like, why not? So, the lipstick that I am in love with currently is the One Size lipstick from Patrick Star, and my favorite shade is this red lipstick. I'm gonna show you in just a moment. Sorry about that. So first I'm going to wipe away my lip moisturizer that I had on. Then I always use MAC Prep and Prime lip primer before I apply lipstick. So this kind of just goes on like a lip balm. And because I love liquid lipsticks, it just really helps me with making my makeup have that staying power. And this is the One Size lipstick. I think it looks pretty cute. You know, it has like the little corset band or something in the middle. And then it's a red lip gloss that matches this matte red. I'm not really a gloss person, but I mean, I think it's cute. So let me go ahead and apply this lipstick, and then I will give you my finishing thoughts on the Anisa brushes. Hello again. Just kind of wanted to give you my finishing thoughts. I hope you guys really enjoyed our time exploring the Anisa Beauty brushes. These are really changing the game, y'all. Like, if you are an established makeup artist, or maybe you're just a professional at your own makeup application, I'm telling you, these brushes will make life so much easier. Like, I can't believe it has diminished the time that I spend blending. It's like, it's almost cut it in half, you guys. Like, I can't even stress to you how awesome these brushes are. Like, I hate washing my brushes, but you should know I wash these religiously because I use them every day since I got them. Like, I love them. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you again in my next video, and stay smart.